Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we walk through what we would do with a clean slate if we were starting a distillery. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kathy Cool, Tim Swyatt, and Lenny Eckstein.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hello.
Hello. So, yes, we have a fun show lined up. Today, we're going to be talking about what would happen if we started a distillery. Again, the clean slate approach. We're not talking about money. We're not getting bogged down by money being an object, because if we came together and said we want to start a distillery, there'd be people lined up to back us. So I have no worry about money. So, Lenny, what do you want to talk about before we get started on this topic, though?
Well, so I'm curious to get your guys' take on this. I've been traveling a bit lately, and maybe it's like as every year goes by, I'm starting to settle into that old man rage thing that Steve has.
Yes, but welcome to the club.
I am enjoying it, I might add. So something I've noticed is a few things that stand out to me in the airport as completely inappropriate and borderline disgraceful behavior by my fellow humans in airports. That seems just incomprehensible. Like, what do you... what are you doing? Like, why? So before I chime in with what I think, I'm just kind of curious. Do you guys have anything that sticks out to you or infuriates you, rages you about people's behavior in airports?
In airports.
Is it in the airport or in the airplane?
In the airport. I mean, the airplane's a whole nother thing.
Right?
Airport, yeah.
But the airport itself, I've been noting some pretty bad behavior.
Okay. Airport. What do we dislike specific to airport only? Has anybody got something that just stands out?
People who are fucking unprepared to be in the airport.
Okay.
And they get to the TSA line and they're like, "Oh, what are you, my belt? My belt? Oh, you mean I have to take off 27 layers of clothing because for some reason I thought I should wear every bit of clothes with me so I didn't have to check a bag? I have to take that off to go through security lines? I didn't know that. Oh, I have to take this out." And they're just disgustingly unprepared to go through TSA. And they're just like slowly like, "Oh, well, I guess here's my hat. Oh, I have to take this stuff out of my fucking pockets? I had no idea." They're screaming it at you. They're literally screaming at you. Take off your shoes. Take off your belt. Take everything out of your pocket.
Take your laptop out.
The laptop. Or they're going, "Do not take your laptop." They are telling you the instructions, and then they get up there and they go, "Sir, do not take out your laptop. Please, we just told you, don't take it out of your bag. We've been saying that." "Well, I've been to an airport and I did that." Were you listening? Do you listen to anything that people have been just screaming at you for the past hour we've been in line? We've been screaming at you for an hour in line, and you didn't listen to a single fucking thing that has been being screamed at you for an hour.
Okay.
And then you didn't do any of it. God!
So you're talking about my parents. I just had that experience with them. 100% my parents. They also dropped their shit in line. My dad dropped his passport and boarding pass it flew away like on the ground. And then they're bending over and everybody's like, what the fuck is going on here? Me particularly.
Get your passport or your ID out. Have your ticket ready to show. You get up there, they go, can I see your ID? Oh, you need to see my ID? Yes! Yes, we are in a post 9/11 world. We need to see your fucking ID. I am so sorry that we have to see your fucking ID and your boarding pass so we know who the fuck you are.
Yeah. Okay.
I have TSA pre-check and clear. Why do I have to do any of this? Like you're
Because
still going through the
you
same cattle
still
gate.
Maybe a fucking terrorist, and I don't want my plane blown out of the fucking sky. Personal preference. I know that sounds insane, but
Right.
be fucking prepared for TSA. Just listen to TSA. Yes, they are rude as shit and screaming at you the entire time, but if you just do what they're screaming at you to do, you'll get through it, and everything will be fine, and it'll go fast, and it's easy. Wow, how fucking easy.
Okay.
One of mine is when you have delays or not, and you got like families. Now, families, I can kind of get this a little bit because you got kids. I do sympathize with the parents that are traveling with kids because you got these kids running all over the place and they're prisoners.
Horrible.
It's awful. However, when you are done eating and having all your garbage everywhere, just getting up and taking your stuff and leaving and not throwing your trash out with you. If that's how you behave at the airport, that's how you behave at home. And I sure as hell know you're probably not getting away with that at grandma's house.
Right.
They're
So
literally your little slaves. Make them throw away all the
and
garbage.
these are business travelers to families. Like I said, with the families, I get everything's all over the place. You may not catch that one wrapper behind the seat that the kid just launched or with the half-eaten burger or whatever. But I'm talking about, I'll be honest with you, all you business travelers out there, your pretentious little shits that are out there with these big expense accounts now that don't understand how to clean up after yourselves. Will you wake up, be a good human being, because it's not the gate attendant's fault that your flight's delayed. It's not the janitorial staff that's got to deal with it anyways, because that's what they're paid to do, and you insult them doing that. Pick up after yourself, do the best that you can, and then let the rest of it ride. Because we're all trying to make a living out here. Don't be a slob.
Yeah. Mine airport one would be also food related, and food related would be, if you're getting ready to get on the plane and you're between meals or whatever the fucking reason is, don't get a fucking full ass meal that you then carry and mule onto the plane and then open up in that tiny fucking space with your stinky ass extra onions you asked for and all this shit. Do not, either you eat it there or you get like a power bar that'll get you through the hour-and-a-half flight or whatever the fuck it is. You can make it. You can make it with a power bar or even a fucking Snickers. You'll be fine. Yeah.
$9 for it, but that's what it is.
It is what it is.
We're not being
meal
prepared.
opened up on their lap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually did that a couple of weeks ago in Chicago.
Of course.
It was a salad.
This is exactly what someone who's 5'4" going through life is like. That's no big deal. I can eat look at all the fucking room I've got in this seat.
Exactly.
I can have a fucking 4-course meal here because I weigh 135 pounds and
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want. I've got all the space any human could ever fucking need.
Yeah, but I was seated
I can
next to
do
a
this.
fucking Samoan.
Yeah.
Like the guy was huge, and I cracked open the salad.
guys
It
deserve
smelled
you.
so bad.
Yeah, the guy's getting
Blue
stupid
cheese for
salad.
days.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You gotta
Yeah,
break
so
what-
I'm
it's
guilty
How
of
long of a
that.
flight?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
then you're digesting that, and you're letting them loose.
Oh, he does.
Those farts
not
aren't
how it
muffled
works,
on
dude.
those seats, folks.
He's the most gassy person in the ABV network, Lenny is. I guarantee it. He's so healthy.
Yes,
That
he's
shit's
too
on the
healthy.
move. All that fiber is got to be wreaking
healthy.
havoc upon his system. Again, he's healthier than me. I'm not. He'll immediately wants to go that I'm healthier than you. I concede that 100%. Lenny's living a
Steve,
better
I
lifestyle.
will
than
argue
me.
that point in Lenny's favor. Lenny is probably the most healthiest gastrointestinal person on the ABV network.
But healthy
I don't
means
know
that stuff's moving through there all the time.
Gotta let it rip.
Yeah, just letting it rip. I've heard him on the show, even though I lost
No,
the
you
judgment. I'm like that dentist who sued Gwyneth Paltrow. Sometimes you can't beat a celebrity, even if you're right. You can't beat the celebrity, and that's what happened with me and Lenny. He's just too big of a star. There's no way I was going to beat him in court. All right, Kathy, what do you hate at the
Paltrow?
Yeah.
So I used to travel on a regular basis, get this, for work. I work for a dentist, and the dentist always took his pocket knife, and he was always so proud of himself that he could get his pocket knife through, and no one ever caught his pocket knife because he was a dentist, and what threat can he be? Because he's just a dentist.
How does
with a
TSA
pocket
know
knife.
he's a dentist? Is he wearing his dental coat? Or?
Hey, we've got a dentist coming through. Just let him on through. Put him
Hey,
on
Don't check for
super
pocket
important,
knives.
not
It's a
need to be
dentist.
checked.
This guy
Yeah.
fixes
Got a
his
dentist
tooth.
coming through the line. Please just let him pass through all this.
I hate, by the way, don't get me started. Old man anger. I don't even fucking like dentists. They're not even fucking doctors. They should just be a dentist.
Yes.
I'm Dentist Ted or whatever the fuck their name
You're
is.
an
They're not a doctor.
anti-dentite.
What,
tooth doctor.
yes. What medical school did they graduate from to get that doctor title? They did not. They went to dentist school. That's like when a fucking chiropractor. They're not doctors either. Podiatrists. They're not fucking doctors. They take that doctor name and they steal it. That's ridiculous.
If they can save your life, that makes them in
Podiatrist?
in an extraordinary way. I was talking about
you got a
Steve,
bad
I'm on your
form?
side, Steve.
You got a
I'm
bad
on your
form?
side.
Yeah.
I'm on your side.
Okay.
I'm saying if they can save your life in an extraordinary way.
Yes.
Because
that's a
I can
doctor.
save a fucking life. I can do some like CPR. I can breathe into your mouth. I'm a fucking
Stitches.
dentist. I can probably
Dentist.
throw some. I can throw
Dr.
some.
Beka Sue.
And if you're like that's bullshit, they are
I can
doctors.
breathe in your
Go
mouth.
see a dentist. They're the used car salesman of doctors. They want to sell you a bunch of shit. Do this, do that. Hey, do you want to upgrade? You want a teeth whitener? That's all. We get you. We
What
can
if
get
you
you.
had this
yeah.
fluoride on your teeth?
$89.95. We'll get you. We can get you in that. Was all set up. Yeah. Go ahead.
If they
Ken.
can't save my life in an extraordinary way, you're not a
You're
doctor.
not a doctor. You're not a doctor. I'm sorry. Doctor. Okay, but go ahead. Why does the guy steal the pocket knives through?
Sorry,
I don't know how he gets the pocket knives through, but he's always very proud of himself.
because he's a fucking dentist.
Yeah.
He's like,
He's a
well,
fucking
if they
dentist.
tell
Dentists
me
can do
I can't
anything.
take my pocket knife, I'll just say, I'm a dentist.
What the
And this is a dental tool for
And they agree.
maintenance.
No, somehow he just gets his pocket knife through. I don't know.
Okay.
It's just that entitlement thing that drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
I should be
he'll
able to
get
carry
caught
a pocket
eventually.
knife because
One
I'm
time
a
I was at a
dentist.
trade show and they gave me this thing and this is how old I am. So it gave me a thing that opens up DVDs real easy. It's like it has a blade.
The
in
cutter,
it,
yep.
And the cutter thing. So someone gives me that at a trade show. I throw it in my briefcase. I carry it around. I traveled every week, so out and back home, and then multiple flights, sometimes whatever. But I carried it for years, and then at some point, then someone finally says, "Hey, he's got a blade in there," and then they're high fiving. They're like, yeah, that's great. You look through all that shit. He's got the briefcase, and they're high fiving each other because they caught me with a blade in there, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's buried, and so you can't even see the blade. I didn't even realize that's the technology behind the scenes of the DVD opener. But yes, and then they threw it away, and they made a big production out of it. They're high-fiving the girl who found it, and then they take it and they throw it in the trash in front of you. We're gonna have to. Would you like us to?
Would you like us to
would
ship it
step
home
out-
for you?
Like you give us
You know,
stuff to you, you could step
we
out
can,
of the lot and go
we can
back to your
ship
car.
this
Yeah.
off for you. Is there somewhere you can
Yeah.
bring
They
this
did
to
the
your?
same thing
you
to me
can-
with
I
a
like
jar
it.
of peanut butter.
You can bring this to your
Throw
car.
out my peanut butter.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know how my
They
fucking
want you to see
car, my
your punishment in front of the world. Here you go. Well, then I will throw that in the trash.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they,
I've
never
they don't just
opened
drop it.
jar
They
of
got to. They
peanut
got to
butter.
with some authority throw that down. You
They
lessons
might as well
the
put
word.
you on like the
Power play.
jumbotron.
right.
TSA.
To the
They're like,
broadcast
and
to
we've
the-
got another offender here. His name is Stefan, Ahmed, and this is what he had.
Look at this blade. Do you know what he could have done with this? Do you
Oh,
know
yeah.
how many
They got
DVDs he
me.
could have injured with this
Could
thing?
have.
They got me with my full size fucking hairspray once. Holy fucking shit! I was gonna take the plane down with that.
Yeah, fuck yeah, you were. That's a torch.
A bomb or something. I'm not really sure. A torch.
Yeah.
Pressed air.
Well,
Oh
there you
yeah.
go.
Yep.
There
They
you
were
go.
gonna get me. They were like,
Yeah. I hope they made an example of you in the line
"This
because they didn't.
was in your bag," and I'm
Yeah.
like, I honestly forgot that was even in there. Like, would you like to ship it home or take it to your car? I'm like,
Right, that's what they say to me too. Yeah,
it cost me $5 at Target. Throw it in the trash.
But with a
Yeah.
potato cannon, it could be lethal.
oh yeah.
Correct.
They're right. The guys behind me, 5 behind, they've got the other parts for my potato cannon to launch off in the fucking plane.
Right.
Becca, you got to hold those bangs somehow when you get up there. So I get it. You got to be careful with you being away from an open flame. You know, your aqua net
True.
is sacred travel stuff.
No.
Yeah.
Well, Lenny, you asked this question and you said
Yeah.
you had an example. What's your example here?
I do. But before I get to that, I want to say something along the lines of what you guys are talking about is what I actually love about the airport sometimes. And that this happened at the Denver International Airport right around shortly after Great American Beer Fest when I was in line, and there was a guy way ahead, but the idiot brought a bomber of beer in his bag, and he got up and realized, shit, I have beer. So he looks up and says to the TSA person, "Can I drink this?" And they just shrugged their shoulders. So we just started chugging it in line. I was like, that is fucking awesome. Yes, I will take that every day.
They will let you chug.
Yeah, so he chugged the beer and then proceeded. And it was awesome. Everybody was cheering. So I love that. What I don't love...
Did he vomit after he went through the metal detector?
Now he's a pro. He knows what he's doing. So when you're playing boards and they call, pre-boarding and group 1 and group 2, I find myself in group 2 often enough.
Sure.
And I get in line in group 2 and there's people in front of me. And the person, this happens every fucking time. The person in front of me turns around and goes, oh, I'm not in line. And I've lost my patience to the point where I look at them and say, "You are, though."
There's a name for that. Those are called gate lice.
What's it called?
The airport people call them gate lice.
Really?
Lice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it happened again a couple days ago, and I was kind of, I was traveling with my entire family, my parents, my kids. So everything's a little more confusing. We get in line, and it's a long line. So just to be certain that I'm in the right line, I say to the guy, "Are you boarding group 2?" And he goes, "No, I'm 3." And I was like, and I couldn't contain myself. I was like, "Why are you in line for boarding group 2?" And he just kind of looked at me, and I just, was like, "Ah," and walked past him annoyed. But like, who does that? Like,
Yeah, get the fuck out of the line.
Yeah.
Don't stand
Games.
near the line.
Right.
It's Hunger Games
I
for the
don't even
overhead
like to go.
compartments.
Don't
When
stand
my
near the
phone,
line.
when my
Stay in
phone
your damn
says,
chair.
it's like, if my phone is telling me like you're boarding now, I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm
That
not
means
boarding
I have
now.
time to get a drink.
I've got time to get a fucking cocktail or a shot if it says I'm boarding now. Because guess what? Even if I go through that line, oh wait, the jet bridge is full of people. And why is it full of people? Because people are still, oh my God, those motherfuckers on the plane going, I'm almost positive my bag will fit. I am almost sure I can get it to fit. Stop.
More disgraceful
Your fucking
behavior.
bag doesn't fit. You should have checked your bag. I don't know how you got this on here. You packed it full so much in that front bag that it doesn't fit in anything.
But
Get the
the
fuck off
upside
the
of
plane.
that, when they're trying to cram it in and it obviously doesn't fit, there's nothing more fun than looking and shaking your head in disapproval
With someone
at them
else.
next to
No,
them.
with someone else.
Yeah.
Looking at the person behind them. You're in your chair and you look at the person behind them waiting to go and you go, and they're
Yeah.
like, and you're just and just like mocking people openly. That's like everyone just like looking at each other going, look at this fucking idiot. That is the most fun part about the airport is
Yeah, that is.
openly mocking idiots.
Yeah.
Mocking
Can't
is the
fix
best thing
stupid.
ever. Yeah, shaking your head and looking at other people going, this fucking guy.
I started giving the thumbs down. Now I find that
Yeah,
I
like
just
in
find
Gladiator.
I was gonna say,
Like Gladiator. Yeah.
what in the Roman Empire?
that one really shines people up. Even when I'm driving or something like that, somebody will cut me off. I'll give them the thumbs down, or I'll do the occasional clap, and that usually really frosts them up.
I think the thumbs down hurts you more. Like that hurts. Like the clap is very much. You're like you just go like, oh, fuck you back to him if someone claps.
Exactly.
But when someone goes like this to you, you're just like, God damn it, I am a fucking idiot, aren't I? Like you
But
feel
it sits differently.
Yeah,
it
a
sits
thumbs
differently in
down,
somebody's head.
a flip off and a clap. Those ones just piss you off, but a thumbs down that hurts your soul.
Yeah. Hurt your soul, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
In unrelated travel news, my kid was dropped off at the airport at 10 o'clock our time on Saturday. She just texted me right now. She just landed in Singapore, her destination. Huh?
Jesus.
Jeez.
Oh.
Nope.
What the
How long
fuck?
was the
That's
layover in LA?
multiple
Which-
layovers.
connect the
I think
yeah.
a couple.
Yeah, I say a
So,
couple of them. Yeah,
Yuck.
no fun.
miserable.
Yeah, I'm not into that sort of travel. Too much, too far.
It's just good to know the cat's okay.
She's good.
She got there safely.
She's good.
And
All
she's
right.
probably also the tallest person in the country right now. You've got that going on for
She's
yourself.
dominating. Yeah. Well, guess what, gang? It is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? I'm gonna go first. I've got Stolen Wolf. I got their rye whiskey here. Rye whiskey. Here we go. It was cute. It was cute, and maybe enough. We'll see. We'll see.
Did you say that was Stole and Woof?
Stow and Wolf?
And
Yeah.
woof.
Woof.
Is that the
Stow-
Rosen
it's
rye
actually
bottle?
Stow and Wolf. Stowe
Oh, and Wolf.
Stowe and Wolf. All right. Let's see. Lenny, you're next.
Okay. Also on the rye tip, I've got a recent bottling of Deer Hammer Pot Still Rye Batch 7.
Okay.
Very nice.
Oh, jeez. Lenny.
Woof.
Well,
Lenny just dropped some VIP-ness right there.
yeah.
That was big
So much
VIP.
VIPness. Yeah. We had Lenny's guy was in, I think, Friday night. There's a guy who's infatuated with Lenny, buys his stuff. It came in, bought 3 bottles. That's all he shops. And it's right in the door. So he comes in, grabs 3 bottles, goes to the register.
Walks out.
Walks out. That's all he wants is his Deer Hammer. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
It's
there
a
you go.
fine client.
Oh, yeah. He's a good client for us. Yeah.
What a compliment, Lenny.
Yeah.
What a fine client.
What a fine client. Yeah.
It's not
All right.
my account, so yeah,
All right. Kathy, what do you got?
I'm going to open up some Hidden Barn.
Okay. Hidden Barn.
About halfway gone, so.
Nothing. Tim, you're next.
All right.
This is
I'm going to
drinking out of
channel
the
in
bottle.
some Rick the Legend Brenner here with my FALS band on top of this bottle of Deer Hammer single malt whiskey finished in port casks.
Port cask. Okay. Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Disappointing.
I didn't change
Kathy
my
was
settings.
laughing at that. She was mocking him.
Yes.
Openly. Okay. She just gave him the thumbs down.
She just gave me the thumbs down, folks. I just want to let you know it's embedded in my soul. Yeah, that hits differently. It does hit differently coming at you. I will say that.
All right, Beka, you're last but not least. What do you got? Lenny's got the
I
lead.
have got a bottle that we have submitted into competition. We won't know yet if it's going to win or not, but it is our Spice Cherry single barrel from just our regular Neely brand.
Okay. It's good. Not good enough, though. Lenny, you win again, man.
Man, Lenny.
Yeah.
Damn, Lenny.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Dominating.
Yeah. But I wonder, the people like the Ewalds, if I ever say Lenny's got bad cork pops, they jump all over. Well, it's the altitude, and he doesn't have a chance. This isn't fair to judge him in that way. Now he's winning.
Tested it
Is
scientifically.
things different? If they lowered Buna, is it now lower? Is that why you're winning? Or marinated Lenny right there. Yeah.
Now I've become more selective about my bottles. I've practiced my wrist turn. Who was it? Somebody tipped me off. Heidi. Her technique actually does work, where you give it a little, open it a little bit first, not all the way.
Uh-huh.
I thought you were going to say the tip was all new bottles every time you get on the show.
That is Heidi. That is
That
Heidi.
too.
You shake them and you warm them in the oven.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
How does
tried
Heidi
that.
win? All new bottles, all the time.
All new bottles. Then throw them away after the show. It's just for the cork pops. So
You know where that inventory's going, Steve.
Cheers.
yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about what if we started a distillery. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is also Freddie Mills going underneath the alias of Danny Kennard. You can find me on Facebook at any time. Just look up Danny Kennard, but I am Freddie Mills. Trust me.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about if we started a distillery.
Yes, we are. What would happen if we started a distillery? Anybody got any thoughts on this? Something that they would want to do for our distillery? Our distillery, what would we do?
Well, I got a quick question though. Before any thoughts, are you talking about St. Louis, like Arnold, Missouri area?
No, no. I'm talking about this group. We would decide together collectively where we want this to. There's no set place. It could be anywhere. Maybe we all go to Kentucky. Maybe we don't. This is us as a group. We're business people. So, all right, Tim, you had your hand up, so you have thoughts on this.
Who's going to give you the thumbs down?
Garage. Yes, I was about to give the thumbs down. And I was going to say my garage, but that wouldn't be proper.
No,
but location-wise, I think it has to be somewhere where we have a nice limestone shelf for filtration of water, proper filtration of water.
No, water filtration. Wow. We have this great water, natural water. Yeah, we have this great water filtration.
I've never heard that before.
And then we open up the tap and get the city water. But it's out there though. It's outside of our place. We have this great.
My first thing right off the bat, even before we decide on location, is whatever still size we think we should have, we should buy a bigger one. Because I think the first thing that I hear from every distiller, I ask, what would you do differently? There's one of two things. It's we should have bought the larger still, or we should have put more drains in the floor if we didn't think we needed a drain there.
The drains, I think, is the biggest thing.
That's the big one.
That there's no such thing as too many drains in the floor.
I would add to that from someone who's experienced it and learned the hard way and been told but didn't listen. It's not just more drains, it's pour a new floor so it all slopes to the drains.
Okay.
You can have all the drains, but if it goes the other way,
right.
Problem.
That's good, Lenny.
So we're going to have really good drainage.
Well, the drainage is going to be excellent.
With really good water.
Yeah.
A larger still.
What larger still than we need starting out?
Pot still, or are we going to have a column still?
Oh, pot still. We're not going column still.
Thank God.
Zero chance.
I know how I felt, but I wanted to make sure you guys felt the same way.
Yeah.
Should we decide what each one of our tasks are going to be in the distillery?
Sure. Well, no, we're going to let you assign.
We're going to decide.
We're working with the investors, and now Beka has been told her role is to assign people jobs at our distillery. Beka, what are the including? You have to give yourself a job too.
This will come as a shock, but Lenny's going to be our distiller.
Okay.
I know.
That's a good call.
I know.
Perfect sense.
I think that's a good call, probably.
I know that sounds wild, but Lenny's going to be our distiller.
Okay.
Profile says that he should be a distiller too, so that's a good match.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see here. We're going to need a tour guide or two. I personally don't like to give tours. I think. Who would be the best tour guide? Kathy looks like the most spirited one because she's raising her hand. Kathy, would you be a good tour guide?
I feed off of people's energy, so I would love to be a tour guide.
Would you want to be a tour guide or a top gift shop representative? Where you're dealing with all the people that come in, you're still doing all the tastings.
I'll do both.
I think you'd be great a front of house selling stuff.
Okay. So, Kathy, interview question right off the bat. So I come into the distillery and I say to you, hey, do you have any of that Pappy Van Winkle over there? What would be your response?
Why, yes, I do, but we don't call it Pappy Van Winkle. We give it a different name.
Oh, there you go. She's
Call
got
it Deer Family Distillery.
Whatever we're selling, that's what we call it.
Kathy already has the plan
Happy
too
Van
for.
fuck you.
Yeah. Call it Kathy Van Fuck You. I think that's
Kathy Van Fuck You.
that's the name of our brand.
I
It's
like
Kathy
it.
Van Fuck You. So she also has the ability to tell a person no without telling them no, right? Kathy, you have a plan
really
for that,
do.
right? What do you say if the answer is no? You don't say no. You say
I really wish I could.
I really wish I could. Yes. Can I just go ahead and buy the open bottle? I don't have enough for a full bottle. I see you got one behind the bar. Let
Really?
me just buy that half bottle. Kathy, can
I
I buy
really wish I could.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, that's what she does. That's what she does. So
I'm gonna give myself the job of quality control inspector.
basically
Well
just
done.
drinking all day. Drinking all day.
That is a very important job,
Oh,
Steve.
sure. I'm sure.
Very important job.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I should do that.
Okay, Tim and I yet do not have a position.
Yeah, you and Tim. Let's see here. I think that Steve should have to deal with the distributors.
Oh, yes.
Hardest job.
They'll like that. They'll
They love that.
Actually, I already know that Steve doesn't do that. Jim has to do
Right,
it.
right,
Tim,
yeah.
I think that that's a little bit more in your realm of things to deal with. I think that you're better at
I
dealing
get too
with, like,
volatile with someone that I feel
think that
like
that's a Tim job.
I'm doing them a favor
Tim-
and they treat me like shit. I don't.
Yeah, I think Tim will have to deal with distributors,
I think that'd be a smart move.
Distributors and paperwork.
chief CFO.
Yeah, CFO for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's
Yeah.
Tim's job of dealing with
All
all
these
those.
jobs pay the same amount, though, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing.
I think that Steve will. So Kathy, I think you're gonna be front of house, like
Okay.
gift shop lady, and then Steve will do tours.
Oh,
There
okay.
you go. I get to do the tours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Engage people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve could also be the distillery cat.
I could be the distillery cat.
Distillery.
That's be my job, the distillery cat. Yes.
Steve
I
lays
will.
down on the ground randomly with his showing
Oh,
his belly looking for rubs.
Yes. I'll have a cat costume I wear to entertain the guests. Yeah. Get the whole fetish crowd there, the furries. And shit.
Oh God.
Look at there he is.
Merciful
There he is.
heavens.
There's a separate business line.
Yeah.
That's a cash only business, though, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Well,
distillery after
okay,
hours.
here's a true distillery question. Of course, we have a lake to cool down the stills and stuff like that where we draw the water in. Eventually, there's going to be a fish that dies in said lake. Who has to strip down to their underwear and go get that
Lenny.
fish out there? Yeah, is that Lenny's job?
Oh, probably.
Lenny
When the
is
fish
definitely
dies-
the one jumping in the lake and fishing out.
Lenny has less hair, so he could swim faster than all of us.
Aerodynamic.
That is
Oh
true.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like a
Like built like a fish.
eel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 48 degrees one time, and the fish dies out there, and Royce sends some guy out there. He strips down to his underwear, goes
Royce
swimming
didn't
out
even
there.
set him out. Eric Tharp just jumped on in.
He just
You got
jumps
it.
in and gets the
Tharp just
fish.
jumped in, yeeted that fish on the bait, crawled out.
That happened. That's a real
And we
scenario.
have it
That's-
posted on our fucking social media. That
there he's in his drawers. Yeah.
So, serious distillery question here now. Now, with our
Okay.
grains, are we going to hand mill our grains using various types of martial arts?
I think
Or
that's
are
the
we-
narrative.
Yeah.
I think it has to be. We can't use machine. It's got to be hand milled.
Remember when
with-
Lenny
you know,
posted those fun videos?
love
And Wes Harden got so pissed. There was another reason why he just hates Lenny. He's like, they're not doing shit there. None of that stuff's breaking up. And actually, the injuries that are happening out of this have to be way more than anything you're getting out of it. He's like treated like it's serious and
It
getting
was
pissed.
so spectacular.
talking
That was
about
one of my most favorite memories of the pandemic.
I know. Wes
It was
definitely, we love Wes. Wes, don't get angry, but you definitely suffer from old man anger.
Wes was already angry.
are we only going to be making bourbon? Are we going to make some other spirits?
I think we'll dabble.
Are we going to dabble in other things? We're going to get a sick vodka on the shelf.
I feel like we don't have to do a
Casual.
vodka anymore. That's
A
like
six- a
that's very
gin?
10 years ago.
A gin per
Gin
chance?
might be fun.
I'm thinking a brown butter flavored whiskey unaged
Yes.
sounds great.
Yeah, that's the direction we need to go.
Let's do that for sure.
Definitely, yeah. No one's
Maybe
doing
we
that
could get
anymore.
it licensed.
What a surprise it's going to be when we find out that John Taffer is an actual like avid listener and he's just angry
Al
after
gets
this.
his email.
I loved you guys. You were so funny
Bastards.
before this. And then you made
You're
fun
gonna
of me.
yell.
Yeah.
You're
Shit
gonna
all
yell.
over me. My
We
brain
inspired
cell.
him to get into business. Yeah.
You guys inspired me.
That's why I got into bourbon, because of the Bourbon Daily. Look what you've done to me.
Yeah. Oof.
I wonder if any celebrity of any level has ever listened to any of our shows. They're out there and they're getting into bourbon. I wonder if any of them
I
have ever
hope
listened.
that someone has listened to us before.
I know
Surely.
one that definitely has listened to more than a few episodes and not just their own, where we spoke about it.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
That-
there you go.
What level is this? Is it like a D list?
Oh, we know who he's
Oh,
only
we
got
know.
one.
It's
It's not like Tim has a
it's
bunch of
his
celebrity friends. He's got
BFF.
one. Yeah. Yeah, he's got one. So we know who it is.
It's Tim's biggest flex.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's my only flex.
It's his
'cause-
perfect
yeah.
flex.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but
Right, well
I
done.
I
We
have
have-
a friend.
I have a friend.
the
I'm
Vampire
coming.
Diaries phone number.
We can bond over some bourbon, if you know what I'm saying.
It is true.
We're like brothers. We're like brothers. Tim.
We're an outcast strength.
Ian.
Hey, you know what? You're doing better than me. I don't know any celebrities.
Oh, there you go. You're
Oh,
working on the Kat
that's a
Von
whole
D.
nother
You're close.
show.
You're close. You're getting there. You're working your way into Kat Von D. I
I'm
think.
working my way into.
It won't be long, and then there'll be pictures of Beka and Kat Von D. Yeah.
Beka BFF with Kat Von D.
I can't help who I become best friends with, guys.
Yeah, you can't help it.
I have a very polarizing personality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yikes.
We it's so funny because we I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but there's almost like a whole new generation of listeners, and they think Becca's mean, and I'm like, no, she's really not.
I am mean. Fuck
See,
you,
on the
Steve.
show
Shut
she's
up.
mean. On the show she's mean.
Steve, you shut the fuck up right now.
If you meet her in person, she's like the sweetest, nicest person in the world.
You know what I'm gonna do now when I do come down to the barrel shop?
You're gonna be mean.
Curse out everybody
Punch
there.
every single one of them in the face when I see him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna look like we talk about like the WWE like
Right.
talking them out. I'm just gonna do that to everyone,
They wouldn't be disappointed because that's who they think you are. So they'd be like,
they're
"Oh,
like,
that's-
I got cold clocked by Miss Beka Sue. It was fantastic.
she is who we
Part
thought
of the
she was."
initiation.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. So that'll work out well. So I don't know. That sounds like that's a wrap on the distillery. I think we'll take it very seriously, and we're going to do a good job. As you can tell by this show, we spent like an hour on small talk.
We're clearly going to make millions of dollars out of this.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
we're-
people
gonna
are
have a
gonna
lot of good
They're going to throw money at us. We're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
get bought out.
one of the big guys, Diageo or Pernod Ricard, someone's going to
Definitely going to buy it.
Yeah, we'll throw a bunch of money at these guys to make this happen. So yeah, we'll see.
I like that. Probably like the name of this show. Like definitely looks like we're going to have a very serious discussion.
We'll not even touch on
Are
it.
we going to be using heirloom grains? And like, what type of like mash bills are we going to have? So like
None of that
the
stuff.
size of the gift shop, what is our history going to be about? Like, what are all the things that we're going to touch on about the past of our history? And we're going to be fucking punching people.
We just wanted to make sure we all had a job.
I'm a cat.
Yeah.
Like,
We got a guy dressed like a cat.
we just wanted jobs. That's all that we wanted.
A guy dressed like a cat.
Yes, that's our go-to. That's yeah. As things begin to fall apart in our investor meetings, we're like, oh, he's going to dress like a cat.
Literally,
Is
someone's
meow
going to
meow,
search
meow
on the
meow
internet.
Bourbon.
Someone's going to search how to start a distillery, and it's going to say how we do our and make our distillery. And they're like, oh, I bet this is. Oh, and it's called.
Oh,
the
this is
Bourbon
like a
Daily.
go-to. This is a
I
guide.
bet this is
Started
going to be
distillery
a
for dummies,
very,
basically. Yeah.
a very informative podcast of like how to start a distillery with how much money we would need. No, we've got a guy dressed as a cat.
I feel like though this does have to go somewhere, and maybe a barrel pick can have a side label, kind of like Steve if he was from Where the Wild Things Are.
Yeah.
Just like on the
Yeah,
side. That'd be
maybe.
pretty awesome.
That would be pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
Lenny can make
I
it
can
happen.
see
He's a
it.
graphic artist.
I could make
by
that
trade.
happen.
Yeah, he can make it happen. So
Someone used that new AI. The new AI just
Chat
like stuff.
GPT.
Yeah, Chat GPT
Yeah,
like
it's
makes
GPT.
Steve Akeley into a cat.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
There you
good
go.
call.
There you go. All right, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Kathy, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me at our new distillery,
Which we don't have a name for.
No.
which we don't.
No, it didn't work on anything like names, anything like that.
Yeah, it doesn't have a name. Don't find me.
Okay, good plug. Good plug. On to Tim. Tim, where can people find you?
You can find me at our no-name distillery, grooming Steve Akeley to make sure he loses his winter coat. And on Instagram at SwyGuy2112.
All right, Lenny.
You can find me and the rest of Deerhammer on social media at Deerhammer, on the webs at deerhammer.com, where you can also order a Deerhammer shipped to your door and come visit us at a real distillery in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado.
Miss
No
Beka
cats.
Sue. No cats.
You can find me at distilleryfurries.com.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com, where you probably found this episode and are listening to it and enjoying how to start a distillery. And also, you can come by and see us, ABV Barrel Shop. Check it out, abvbarrelshop.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments.
We've earned it.
Unfortunately,
We've earned it with the show.
Unfortunately, helps new people find the show, which is surprisingly very important to us. We like what you're doing.
Very desperately needed.
Which we would be surprised if you did.
Right.
We ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Fridays, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
You guys.
Bye-bye.
Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.